Hey, what's up, everybody? Mr. Hollywood here. MHL Tonight about to kick things off. We got about 3 minutes countdown here for the games. We got two great series for you guys. Florida Panthers going up against the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight, and the other series, Detroit Red Wings going up against No Pucks Given. All that happens here momentarily in under 3 minutes. I got a special guest here tonight as well. I apologize for last night with some technical audio issues there, but we got all that fixed here tonight, and should be a good show. See you guys in a few. Hello, everybody, and welcome to MHL Tonight. Welcome back here, another night here, and another great jam-packed action show here. You thought last night was nuts. Tonight's gonna get better. It's Thursday night. This is the final night of the week here, and we got a good one. We got the Red Wings going up against No Pucks Given, and in the other matchup, we got the Toronto Maple Leafs, the very surprising Toronto Maple Leafs, against the Florida Panthers here tonight. And like I said, I apologize from last night. It was, it's still a test run here this week. We haven't really advertised the show or put it out there to the public, but we will on here. We like so far what's going on as far as the quality here. That's what we're all about. But tonight, last night we had myself and Giant. Unfortunately, you guys couldn't hear Giant because of the technical issues, but we got those all sorted out here tonight. And like I said, it's going to be a great show. It's going to be an awesome show. Hell, it's going to be a super show. You know why? Because tonight, joining me here in the booth, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, Superstar 500. What's going on, Soup? How you been, man?
Hey man, I'm doing good. It's an honor to be here with you, Mr. Hollywood, back in the MHL,
Absolutely.
bringing
Hey,
the big time media, man. You new people here in the league don't know what this man can bring. So the MHL is about to experience something they've never seen before in its 11 years of existence, and I'm just very happy to be here with you, man.
it's been a long time in the Moose,
Uh,
but you yourself too, man, a Hall of Famer here in the league. You've been around. It's great to see you're
mhm.
back in the league as well. And this season, you decided to go out there as a skater this season. How about that, Soup?
Yeah, man. Uh, geez, I played goalie for 11 years. It's just nice to get out of the cage once in a while. As everybody knows, this game is not made for goalies. You know that yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
And after a while, it's just nice to get out. And, I played skater every once in a while, off and on for a few years. And I played in club a lot. And I just needed a break from net. So I figured, I'd go out there and see what I can do. It's been an interesting season so far, but, it's nice to get out of the net once in a while.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, they have that feature now where if there's a delay penalty, the goaltender gets to the bench, and you're able to skate on there for those seconds.
Right,
So that's a cool feature that EA has added. But yeah, good to change it up, and uh, you know, not many guys can win the cup as a skater and a goaltender. So.
right.
Uh,
Yep,
so good luck this season. I'm gonna bring up the games here tonight. Right now, both teams are still in the dressing room. They're looking to match up, but we could see some of the lineups here. Who's playing tonight? For the Toronto Maple Leafs, we got Hot Champ, we got RTC, Colonelli's out there. Um, I believe I saw Master Shotgun at the right wing spot. Oh, no, that's
hmm.
Buscemi. I'm sorry, Buscemi. That's AKA. I know this guy, man. That's Al Bundy from back in the day, man. Gamer tag
Oh,
change on
wow.
here. Yeah, yeah, he's
Oh,
out
I didn't
there.
know that.
Trip Aces over there. So hey, that's why they got me on this show. you know, I mean, I know some of these guys. Yeti Killer on the other side over
Yeah.
there, which is Yeti Carnage. He's been around for God knows how long, man.
Oh man,
Uh,
longer than me, that's for sure. I've got here in season 8, which was 10 years ago. So yeah, he was there before me. So
yeah.
yeah, there's still some of those old guys hanging on, man, trying to recapture our past glory. It's,
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I apologize for if we don't get the names right here on the streams when they score the goals. We'll eventually get it down. It's just night number 2 here of this. So, definitely next week we'll be a lot more familiar with a lot of these teams, a lot of these players. But if we can't, we'll definitely call out the player name that's on the ice. We'll try to match it with the gamer tag. But what about these matchups here? So what can you tell us? I mean, looking at the first one, Toronto against Florida. Um, Now, don't sleep on Toronto. You look at their record on there, Sue, but they just recently beat Egg and almost swept them. They ended
hmm.
up going 1-1 in that series. They're playing against Florida here. This Toronto team's for real, man. I know Florida's up there, but can Toronto do it again here tonight? They did it the other night against Egg.
Well, the thing about this series is Florida, they seem to be an offensive powerhouse. I don't know much of their players. I've been gone from the league for a year, but looking at their stats, I mean, they've got guys, Peck is putting up 3.6 points per game, Bartlett 4.4. So you're
Yeah,
not going to outscore these guys. That
yeah.
that doesn't seem very likely. So you're going to have to shut these guys down defensively and goaltending. And I've heard a lot about Toronto's goaltender, Trips Aces. He seems to be the hot goaltender the last few seasons.
Uh,
So he's going to have to really step up to the plate tonight because he's going to get tested and tested hard because these Florida guys look to be very powerful offensively. And Colonelli, he's a veteran. He's been around a long time. He was on my team at the start of the season. He got traded, and then he was traded again to Toronto. So his ego's probably a little hurt, I would think, at this point. So he's going to come out here and try to help shut these guys down and make a statement, prove that the old veteran still got it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So big matchup here, especially for Toronto trying to move up those ranks. You mentioned about the
Mm-hmm.
goaltending. Yeah, that Tripp's having a phenomenal season, and he had a great series against Egg. Two great goaltenders in that matchup with Duck and
Yep.
him. So we'll see what he does here tonight as they're about to opening faceoff here. First game of the night here, Toronto against Florida. For Florida, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of guys that have played together for a lot of seasons now, and I'm talking about
Yeah.
Bartlett and Peck. Those guys know each other, and that's why this team's great. I mean, they got great chemistry going on there. So we'll see what happens. We know there's been a lot of moves, a lot of trades. I mean, we're already midway point here of the season, so it's a lot different here now. I don't know what their previous matchup was, the outcome, but I know these teams are a lot different than they matched up earlier in the season.
Absolutely. And that's the thing when you're playing a team like Florida, they're so offensively powerful. And then when you have a team as Toronto, making trades and stuff, and you run up against these guys right away, That's intimidating, so they're at a disadvantage right away. So they're going to have to probably implore the trap and try to shut these guys down, and Tripp's going to have to stand on his head. These are the kind of series as a goalie, which you know as well from playing goalie, you get fired up for, man. You don't want to go out there and get lit up, It's goaltending is very mental.
Abs-
So
Absolutely. And the other series about to kick off, but I'm going to bring up the feature since that one didn't start yet. And that's Detroit against No Pucks Given. Now, No Pucks Given is having a rough season here. Only 5 wins on the season. So
mhm.
they gotta start making things happen here, especially if they're looking to try to make that push towards the playoffs. I mean, they got some playmakers out there. They got some good, key guys on there. We mentioned a few before. But they're up against Detroit. Detroit Red Wings is another team that's revamped, has
Yeah.
changed the squad around. They got some key players now. So that should be an interesting matchup. That one's about to kick off as well.
Yeah, you got a lot of veterans on Detroit. You got Yakov,
Yeah,
formerly known as BBX to us longtime players. They just acquired him as a trade. I believe Bo Horvat's on their team.
Horvat, yes.
So yeah, so that could be an offensively powerful team as well once they get some chemistry going. And so you got a lot of veterans on there that know how to play. Yakov can do it all. He can play offensively, he can play defensively. I play in this season. He was a defenseman, and
And
he's playing looked like he was playing forward there. So that guy can do everything. He's a great player, huge addition for Detroit. He could turn their season around.
absolutely, and I believe he is playing left wing. That's a good point. He
Hmm.
is playing left wing here tonight, so we'll
Yep.
see how that offense does with him in the forward lineup here tonight. Um, so scoreless so far here. We haven't had any score yet here. About under 9 minutes in the first period of the Florida Toronto, and this one just kicked off here between Detroit and No Pucks Given. If you guys are joining, I mean we haven't publicized this show on here, so not many guys know on this. But next week, definitely, it's a test run here, see how things going. And here we go. First goal of the night, and it looks like it's Peck for Florida,
Yep.
putting that one through there, assisted there by B Man. Um, so they're on the
That's not what
board.
Toronto wanted, man. Yeah, you gotta stay one goal ahead of these guys. This is the kind of team that you got to put the trap on. You got to score, and you got to try to beat them like 2-1 or 3-2. You don't want to let them get on top first and control the pace. And that kind of looks like what's going on here.
Yeah. And Florida, with Peck, he's having a phenomenal season here, as well as Bartlett on there, two guys.
Hmm.
Like I said, chemistry definitely, and good start for them. 1-0 Florida in that one. Um, so, I was talking about MHL tonight. It's a new thing we're bringing here to try to get, these games live. You get multi streams. I mean, we could do up to even 4 games if we have the streams
Hmm.
available, and which is what we're
Yep.
trying to do actually next week, to have at least 3 or maybe 4 each night. So that means we'll have 8 teams out on the ice, and with the MHL, what's great because it's bigger rosters as well. So there's a lot of guys not playing on there, so they're gonna want to watch the series, see what's going on,
Yep.
how their team is doing. So, and I think the views will be great. Plus the chat will be there to interact there. And we got another goal here. It's Florida
Another
again.
goal. Yep.
This is
Bartlett. Yep.
the centerman scoring that one. So back to back punch, Peck and Bartlett, and it's just like that, 2-0 Florida at the
We got a
five
goal in the
minute
other one
mark.
too. Yep.
That looks
I don't
like
know who that
Detroit.
was,
What
but
kind of jerseys are
yeah.
they wearing out there?
I was about to say, yeah. What is that? That's what.
It's like a
It's not the
throwback.
Detroit I know. I guess I don't think so. I don't know.
Oh man, Nash scoring on there. I don't know what's his actual gamer tag on there, but he
I don't
gets
know.
Detroit up 1-0 in that one. So good start for Detroit. But yeah. I mean, with MHL tonight, what's going to be, like I said, it's going to be very interactive. We want to get guys involved, possibly get guys here on the show. I mean, you saw me and Giant last night. Tonight we got Superstar, myself. Possibly even get some of these captains maybe on here, or players. For the show, or maybe even pre-show or after the show on there, and it just be more interactive, more media on there. Media coverage is always nice to have in the league.
Well, that's the thing, man. MHL back in the day, like you said last night, the M could have been represented as media back in the
Yeah.
day because that was because of you. I've told you privately over the years that when I joined the league, what kept me interested in wanting to stay here was your media and what you did. You made it important. You made it, want to if you're played that night, you want to get your name mentioned or you want to get a highlight of yourself. And the last few seasons, I've been gone, but what I've heard is that there's no media at all, and you need that. MHL has grown a lot. I think there was over 160 players this season, which is huge numbers, and you can't have a league like that and not have media. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. And
you
listen,
know,
Blue Liners has done a phenomenal job. I mean, just maintaining
absolutely,
this league. I mean, the amount of
absolutely.
years. I mean, we're talking about decades now. Not even years. So, and to keep where it's at here, and we hope, yeah, the media actually does help the league. It should on
Hmm.
here. Have guys
Yep.
interested. I mean, that's what it really keeps guys in the league as well. I mean, we don't get paid to do this. The players don't get paid, and it's something good to have. You know what I mean? You get highlights
Hmm.
here.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely. I think it's going to be a very great addition here. I spoke to Blue earlier as well. He seemed excited about this, and that's what we want to bring excitement here to the Moose Hockey League. You know. Yeah, it very well could have been Media Hockey League or Jim Flanagan Hockey League, man.
Absolutely, man. I mean, and like you said, all credit goes to Blue. I mean, he
Mm,
does not get the respect and credit that he deserves.
yeah,
The league would not be around if it wasn't for him still.
yeah,
And anything that can be done to help him out needs to be done
yeah.
because he puts his own money into this, he puts his own time into this,
Abs-
and this is not easy to do. Running a league like this, especially one that has grown like the MHL has the last few years. Um,
Absolutely.
you know, there's still some of us old veterans back from as a lot of us call it, the golden days of the MHL back on the 360. And
Mm,
we were fortunate enough to be around when you did the media and how exciting you made it. And, the players that have been here, unfortunately, they haven't been able to experience that. So, we need the captains to start streaming to try to get this going again and, get media, get players recognized, give them props for having big games and, who's hot, who's not, old features that we used to do back in the day, bring all
mm,
that back because it does bring excitement. It makes you want to get out there and play because sometimes this game can be very annoying and very frustrating to play, and you just want to quit. But when you
abs-
have media there, it fires you up. It gives you motivation.
Absolutely. And while we were talking there, Toronto has taken back-to-back penalties. They're already down 2-0 in this game, and this is
Yep.
this is no good here. They got two guys in the box. It's gonna be a 5-on-3 power play here to start period number two.
Not the
Things
team you want to do that against. That's
no
what I was saying earlier. You want to control the pace against these guys, and then if there's a goal right there.
that
That's
that
just going to happen.
That didn't take long at all.
Nope.
A goal on and now it's 3-0, and they still have a power play. That's Bartlett, his second goal of the night here for Florida. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be great, great addition here to the league. Have this stuff going. As long as we have the streams, we'll have the shows. Have the shows posted
Absolutely.
here, and it's something cool to have, cool to see. If you're not playing that night, you could see the other
Absolutely.
games, able to see the other teams as well, and so.
This is successful. Who's to say we won't branch out and bring back some of the old shows? Sports Center, top tens. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
but we need participation from you guys to do that,
Yeah.
because it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of time. But I think what you guys see, what Hollywood has to offer, and the talents that this man has, and what he brings to the league, I think you guys will want to be a part of it and help out because it makes the league. If you guys
Uh,
think the league's like an 8 out of 10, Mr. Hollywood coming back makes it a 20 out of 10.
yeah.
So it's what we need here, and
Yeah, and Soup, you mentioned earlier about Blue Liner, the amount of work he puts into this league as well as him.
right.
Earlier today, I know some guys were jabbing at him with regards to stats and stuff, or stats not being inputted correctly on there. Instead of doing that and help the guy out, I mean, not only does he it puts a lot of work into this. I mean, he's also got his real life stuff going on as well. This is something that he does on the side. Because he enjoys it and he enjoys doing it, just as us
Hmm.
here on the media. And Detroit getting another goal there.
Yeah.
Machismo score
Machismo. Yep.
for Detroit in the second period. So that makes it 2-0 here. So far,
Yeah.
looks like Detroit and Florida, both teams controlling these games here.
Hmm.
Um, last night was some crazy games. We had some crazy comeback wins last night,
Let's
and
not talk about that
maybe
main
we might
series, man.
see
I don't
one
want to
here
hear
because
about it.
Toronto, after down three
There we
nothing
go.
here, they get back even. Get the guy back on the ice, and that was a nice goal right off the
Oh, one in.
face-off,
Yep.
backhand.
That's what
Rochuelo.
they know. Detroit putting another one in too on top of it. Wow, we got all kinds of goals, man. Can't keep up.
Oh, man, and that's
Black
Machismo.
Machismo again.
So scoring his second goal of the game, that makes it 3-0. Um, but again, Toronto, cuts in within two, but and they're gonna get a power play opportunity here. So this one might get interesting here.
Absolutely. Toronto can't give up another goal. If they give up another goal, it's pretty much over. So they're going to have to score here and start playing the trap and just try to,
Oh,
hold these guys because you can't get in a shootout with them. You're going
what
to
a,
lose every time.
what a great
Oh,
save by Toronto on a
oh, big
breakaway.
save.
And that's what happens when you get a power play opportunity, and then here comes the other team shorthanded on the breakaway. But that was a great
Yep.
save by Toronto, keeping his team in it here, still making this
Yep.
a two-goal game. They're still on the power play. They got the power play opportunity here, but you got to watch out for those shorthanded goals. Will hurt you.
They're putting pressure on, man. They had some pressure in the first few minutes of the game. I noticed they had some shots, and they hadn't really been able to do that since then because they were, they let in some goals and they started panicking and taking penalties, and now it looks like they're under control at the moment. They
Yeah,
got to just start throwing goal shots on and try to hope one goes in. As a goalie, any shot in this game is a good shot. So people try to set up pretty plays, and they want the cross crease highlight goals. Just throw the shots on net.
yeah. I think
An
Toronto.
ugly goal is the same as a pretty goal.
Toronto just had a tough start, man. I mean, Peck and
Yep,
Barlett came right out the doors, and then the penalties killed them.
absolutely.
But once they got even on the ice here, the momentum here kind of is being shifted. But still a lot of time left here. It's only in the second period, so plenty of time for Toronto to still make a move to come back in this one. But no
Absolutely.
pucks given, man. They're just getting beat up on there on the score and against the boards right there. So a big hit. 5 minutes left in the second period on that one. And that one was a late start, but it looks like they caught up in time here on both games simultaneously.
Yeah,
So,
they're having a rough season. They're definitely having a rough game here tonight. That's for
yeah.
sure.
And we.
Detroit, they've got championship experience on their team, man. They've got
Mhm.
some great players on there. They've played together in the past, so they have chemistry. They have experience. So
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be a tough night for no pucks given.
Don't let Detroit's record fool you, because their
Oh
record
yeah,
does not show the
yes,
talent that's on that team. And Soup,
right.
we've been in a lot of seasons, a lot of teams, that struggle on here, like no pucks given on here this season. It's very tough, man, very tough to do. But I gotta give a
Hmm.
shout out to the guy on No Pucks Given, providing this stream here tonight. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a show here tonight, getting the dual stream. And that's Elite Gaming that's on there. He streams every night that he plays, which is great. So shout
Absolutely,
shout out to him, man. And
absolutely.
everybody that's been providing streams so far. And like I said, we expect to have a lot more next week once this goes live and in public for the Moose Hockey League.
Absolutely. And going back to what you said earlier about the stats and them making jabs about Blue Liner, that's ridiculous. Shut your mouth and put your stats in yourself. It's not the MEC's job to do it. As a former captain, myself in numerous seasons, it takes 5 minutes to put your stats in at the end of the game. I would do it after my series and be done with it in 5 minutes. It's nothing. Put your
Mm-hmm.
stats in and be done with it. It's not hard to type a number in a box. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't make mistakes. It's very simple process. And when that's not done, it sets the league back. It
Yeah.
makes the league look not very good. Banana league as they say, and we don't
Mm-hmm.
want that. Old veterans like me in Hollywood don't want to see the league represented like that by captains. If
Yeah.
you're a captain, do your job and put your stats in. Simple as that. If you don't want to do it, then don't captain.
All right.
It's easy as that.
It's not like Blue doesn't want the stats to be there.
Right.
Everybody wants to, go on the site, check out the leaderboards, and listen. If we have stats inputted in this league, get leaderboards, I'll put them on here right on the MHL tonight. We'll get the top 10
Mhm.
leaderboards on here.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that could easily be done here for the show. Well, what about Black Machismo? That's Bo Horvat starting things up there for
Yeah.
Detroit. He's got a hat trick already here tonight, man, as they lead 4-0.
Not surprised, man.
So three
Great
goals.
player. Yep.
Especially was he a French Canadian over there or what, man? Quebec?
I don't believe so. No, I
No.
don't believe so. He
Oh.
plays like it though, like Frosty Nightmare, man, with putting goals in.
Oh man. Oh man.
He's a
Perfect.
goal scoring machine, man. He has been the whole time I've known of
Yeah.
him anyway. The last couple years,
Uh-huh.
and pair him with Yakov, who can be a
Mhm.
good facilitator of the puck. And this team is going to make a run for it at the
Yeah.
end of the going into the second half of the season after acquiring him. Bo looked like he was missing. His points per game was a little low, what I thought for him when I noticed it a couple days ago. But with the addition of Yakov, man, it's going to be he's going to turn it around.
Yeah.
Look at that. 13 shots to 2 at the end of the second. That's not good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they,
That's
they,
not
they
good.
could they could have given up both of those shots as goals and still be up in this one. And that power play
Uh,
opportunity did not take long at all. They scored right away. Yakov had the assist there on that last goal by
mm-hmm.
Borat. So it's 4-0 there. They're heading into the third period. 3-1 here in Toronto. Also heading in the third period. So we'll see what happens. And sometimes, hey, that third period is what it's all about, man. I've seen a lot of games change after the third period. So we'll see what happens here.
Absolutely. A lot of us old time players firmly believe that EA has ice tilt into the game, which they vehemently deny, but no one really believes that. And it seems to always happen in the third period. So if you're going to make your move, now's the time to do it.
Oh, what a great defensive play by the right defenseman there.
Mhm.
They had a turnover in their own zone there, but he came back with that great poke, great
I believe that was
poking
Colinelli.
play. It was just tremendous because he could have easily be 4-1 right now.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I mean, listen, the third period, that's what it's all about on here. Yeah, things have changed, and EA denies about momentum, but I've seen it happen, man. When momentum
Oh, of course.
happens in any sport,
Hmm.
and we've seen it last night, even actually. So it's definitely
Absolutely.
something happens. And third period, you got that one long real minute of play, and so it's a lot of time, man. A lot of stuff could happen in that final minute.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Looking at Toronto's stats here, I mean, statistically, their most productive forward is Master Shotgun at 2.3 points per game. Master Shotgun is your most productive forward. I mean, no
Wow.
disrespect to him, but you can't have that. So, I mean, known as a goalie, they've recently acquired Race Boy, which is a huge get for them because he's a top tier defenseman.
That's a big
But I believe he's
pickup.
playing center.
That's
Yeah, I think he's playing center this game, but he has the defensive aspects. But I don't think he's playing here tonight. But yeah, that's a very big pickup for them.
that's a big pickup. Listen, Shotgun is tearing it up here. He's just like yourself as a goaltender. Another guy that's playing as a skater. Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of guys like him as a goaltender. Me myself as well. But he's no
Mhm.
slouch at the forward spot. Listen, the guy could put pucks in the net. And sometimes that's all you need to have done, Um,
Absolutely.
I've won some championships with guys like that. A guy like Fallen Warrior, man. Just knew how to put the puck in the net, man. Not necessarily could be the best guy on the ice, but you know, get you the goals, get you the points. They need two more. They need two goals here, at least one more to make this into a game. But Florida just getting a lot of great opportunities here, and here comes another one on the power play.
Yep. You can't take that if you're Toronto, not against these guys. You're battling, you're
Mhm.
fighting hard. You got the game within two against maybe the best scoring team in the league, and then you take another penalty in the third. Less than 10 minutes left. That's not smart play.
Yeah, they already gave up one power play goal here tonight. Had it not been in the Bucks, yeah, this could be a 2-1 game right now. But ooh, great!
Yep.
Wow, not much the goaltender could have done on that, man. I mean, they just
No.
could not get the puck out of there. And this team's power play is great, fun to watch
Yeah.
there for Florida. Some teams just have that great power play. Florida's one of those teams, and that's Bartlett's third goal, so that's a hat trick for him. As they lead 4-1 here, and just about 7 minutes to go here in the third period.
And that's the thing too, as a goalie, Tripped Aces is the playing for Toronto tonight as their goalie. He made that big breakaway save, and you're standing on your head, but you're playing this offensive firepower, and you keep watching your team take penalties. It's like you get frustrated as a goalie. It's like, man, what else do I have to do? You know,
Yeah,
doing
that's
everything you can back there to keep your team in it, and then they're just making it harder for you by taking stupid penalties and making turnovers.
yeah, that's not his fault, man. Two power play goals that gave up, and
Right.
that one just came off on the rebound. He had the initial
Yeah.
save,
Nothing he
but
could do there.
Toronto could not pick the puck, and that's Peck, his second goal. So both Peck and Bartlett, man, no surprise here. We talked about them in the pregame, how they're going to be an impact, and they got all five of the Florida goals.
Wow. Now we got a goal here once again. Look like Bo got another one.
Yeah,
5-0 in that one. They
was it
got more goals than the other team has shots. Wow.
was that a timeout pause or a rage pause on a Detroit
Man.
man? Oh, it's getting ugly over there, just like the jerseys. It's Nash.
Yes.
Nash
Yeah,
with
those
the
jerseys, man,
goal.
those are pretty hideous.
Machismo with the assist. I don't know how much Machismo has points in this game, but at least four.
At least four, yeah.
So that's Nash's second goal, and that's 5-0. That's pretty much gonna do it. Both games 5-1 Florida, 5-0 Detroit here. Um, unless something crazy happens here, but just not enough time there for these teams to bounce back. And no surprise
I mean, this
here,
isn't.
you
Yeah,
know.
no, I was about to say this isn't a surprise. I mean, when you look at these rosters, you look at the placing. I mean, this isn't. This isn't going to be an egg versus Colorado from last night. Tight defensive game. This is going to be a blowout. More than likely. So that's why you got to, like I was saying earlier, man, you got to help your goalie out. You got to play defensive. You got to clog that middle. You got to stay out of the box. And Toronto has not been able to do that so far.
Yeah.
Same thing with no pucks given.
Yeah, and I expected Toronto to play a lot more tighter here. Maybe game two, they may need to change things up. They got a 5-on-3 power play now, and this is good. Get a goal here, finish this game off on a positive note and bring that momentum in for game number two. And,
Absolutely.
and that's I'm tapping in with the goal. Connelly with the assist there on that power play.
Oh,
Uh,
there we go. Toronto won. Too little, too late, but it's good for the morale going into game number two.
Yeah, absolutely. Get any goals possible here and bring that momentum into game number two. Final seconds here of Detroit, 5-0. Just a full rout there by
Mm.
Detroit. Maybe those pink jerseys just too much, man. For
Yeah.
no pucks
Channeling
given.
their inner heart foundation.
And we got final
But yeah,
minute.
it's Detroit, man. This team's gonna make some noise moving forward. I bet they'll probably be top five at the end of the season with those moves they made. They look like, I mean, they're not, unfortunately, no disrespect to no pucks given, but they look
Yeah,
like they're struggling, right now. So they're probably not facing the best competition they're gonna face. But
yeah. Hey man, if you only got 5 wins on the season, it's very tough to try to get points, man. But
absolutely,
Detroit, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they take down one of the top four teams in this league. Come playoff time. That's the one team you do not want to play.
nope.
Come playoff time,
Heck,
and
man, they could end up being one of those top four teams. We're still. Yesterday was halfway point through the season. No, Monday was. Monday was halfway point through the season. So they made these trades when they needed to, and it's definitely working out. Yakov with 4 assists, Bo with 5 points, 3 goals, 2 assists.
yeah, and Stasi was the other guy, aka Nash, on there. Had the other 2 goals and
Mm-hmm.
2 assists. No pucks given, only 3 shots in that game. So
Mm.
defensively, Detroit shut things down in that game. Didn't even give no pucks given a opportunity to make things happen. Detroit just on fire. And that's all for here. Also for the Toronto series. Florida's gonna take that one. Toronto did, make some moves there towards the end of that game, but it was a little bit too late. Too many goals given up on here. Even though Trips played phenomenal in that, I thought he played great.
He did.
Uh,
Absolutely.
you know, you can't just look at that final score on there, thing, because Tripp actually had a pretty decent game in this one.
Yeah, I mean, but when you look at these goals, I mean, speaking from a goalie standpoint, when you let your the other team right in front of your crease for open shots like this one, the highlight here, I mean, there's nothing you can do. This game is designed for goals, and
Yeah.
when you let your guys uncovered in front of the net, I mean, there's nothing the goalie can do. Rebounds, there's no one there to clear the rebound for him. He did his job. He made the save. It's up to the defense to get rid of that puck for him. So
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't let it hurt his morale too bad because he played great. He played good enough for his team to win. They just didn't give him any support.
Absolutely, absolutely. We'll see what happens game number two. So if you guys are just joining in on here, Detroit, all Detroit in game number one against No Pucks Given, shootout win there, and then here in Florida, also dominating game here, 5-2 final. Game number one. We'll see how game two goes. Soup, you think any changes here? Anything different we're gonna see in game number two? I mean, what do you do as Toronto right now, man? I mean, what do they need to do to try to make this a more competitive game to stay in here with Florida?
Well, offensively, they actually put up more shots than Florida did. They put up 19 and Florida put up 17. So they actually outshot them. So what they need to do, I mean, they got to stay out of the box and they got to clog that middle. They got to
Yeah.
box their man out on defense. I mean, like we were talking about that rebound goal went right to the open guy. You got to stay in front of these open guys. I mean, all they're doing is standing in front, waiting for cross creases, and
Hmm.
going to need the center to play back more as the third defenseman. You got to try to beat these guys like 3-1, 3-2, those type games. You're not going to outscore them.
Yeah.
In a 5 goal game or whatever. So yeah, they got to tighten up defensively and keep doing what they did offensively. I mean, they only scored 2 goals, but they put up 19 shots, so they did good on that aspect. They just got to tighten it up defensively,
Yeah.
stay out of the box for sure.
I agree, man. I agree. The box
In the
did
other
kill them.
series, I mean,
Two power play goals they gave up on there, and also it just they need a better start, man. You can't start the game and you're down
right?
3-0. They went down 3-0 right off.
Absolutely.
They played a little bit better, as the game progressed on there. Finished strong at the end there, so they just need to come out much better start here for game one. Keep putting the pucks on net. Eventually they're gonna go in. So I wouldn't
Yep.
stop shooting the puck. Um, or
They
you
got to go for those far out snipes. You got to go like go out for a snipe, shoot opposite corner. Those usually go in, and they gotta go for rebounds. They gotta shoot, and they gotta get back on defense. They can't like try to make pretty plays. They gotta just get the puck on net and hope for a goal. They gotta try to play very defensively, which they didn't unfortunately do last series. But I mean, their goalie played good enough to keep them in it. So if he
Absolutely,
can do that again, they've got a chance.
absolutely,
This
and
other series, I don't know. No
yeah.
pucks given. They might just want to call it a night and head out or something. Maybe.
well, one good thing to see here, it looks like Detroit Red Wings are gonna go with the red jerseys for Game Two. Thank God, man.
Uh,
The other jerseys are just
yeah.
hideous. Oh my gosh, man. I don't know if the
I don't know though.
No Pucks
I mean,
Given
they put
message
up
the
a good.
captain like, "Hey, can you guys change your jerseys?" you know, but man. So they
I don't
they
know,
got to
man. It
find
worked
a
for
way
them.
to stop Bo, man, because I mean Bo was all over them in game number one. So they got to put two guys on him, put two guys on him, stop him, and that's who's really killing this. So if he doesn't have a good game, maybe they stay in it, and they got to get goals. They got shut out on their game one. Somebody's got to step up on that team. We'll see what happens.
Well, that's the tough thing though. Now that you got BBX, I mean, if you double team Bo and take him out, well, BBX is going to do to
Yeah.
them what Bo did last game. So these guys are really going to be really going to be good the rest of the season now that they got BBX on there. So
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's a dangerous player, and he draws a lot of
yep,
players towards him,
yep,
uh, and a lot of guys get frustrated on there playing against him, and that's why he led to Bo being open there a lot of times, the easy assist right to him.
for sure. Yep.
So here we go.
And no pucks given. I mean, they got to do what Toronto. We were saying Toronto has to do. They got to score quick and they got to try to shut it down defensively. But first and foremost, they got to get some shots, which they didn't do very much last game.
Absolutely, man. Three shots is not gonna win you any game, man. I don't care
No,
how good defensively that the team is, man. You're not winning anything with that. Yeah, get a goal, get something on the board early. Well, not the way you want to start it here, because here we go. Detroit picking up right where they lost game one, and who is it? Yakov with the goal. Just
yep,
three minutes in here, getting the goal. And you mentioned it, you're watching Bo, and then here comes Yak on the other side, scoring the goal. So
absolutely.
he's just as dangerous as Bo on the other side.
Absolutely. He can do it all. He can play offensively, he can play defensively. Guy's a machine. Absolutely. It's going to be tough to shut him down.
Yeah. And I believe when the season started, didn't Yak play for No Pucks Giving? Or was drafted there, I possibly, or was that the Pandas? I forget, man. I know he got moved. He was involved in the
Hmm.
trade.
Yeah,
Forget where he was initially, but he's fitting right
I
well
forget
in
too.
that on that Detroit team so far.
Oh, I knew he would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Bo have played together before, so they've already got instant chemistry, and it's definitely showing up here so far.
The other series looks like we had a restart there. So that one's still waiting to kick off. That'll probably be our late game tonight. And here come the power play, man. Um, you know, just I mean, you're in the bottom of the ranks for a reason. Uh,
Yeah.
everything that goes wrong is going wrong here so far tonight for no pucks given. It's unfortunate, but that what we're seeing. You mentioned the shots last game, and now taking penalties, being in the box. It's not going to help the cause. You're already down 1-0 here, and
Well, they're showing why they're a 5-21 team. That's for sure. You don't get that record by accident.
no, you don't, man. No, you don't. And especially at this point, it's midway point in the season. You got to figure things out at this point. You got to get things going
Yep.
here, and if you can't, it's going to be very tough there for them closing out the season. So. But here we go.
And it
Uh,
makes you yeah.
Short-handed. Wow. So okay, and that's what they needed.
Nice.
Some kind of spark. Where,
Yep.
you know, we're watching the other series in game one. Florida had a couple opportunities to score short-handed goals, and no pucks given. Get it here done, man. Harkins with with the assist, assisted by Mr. Undrafted. I don't have the gamer tag unfortunately on there, but that's the player names there. We'll get familiar with the names on there, especially no pucks given, because start scoring more goals. So that one, that was good. Getting shots on net now, shorthandedly, nonetheless. And sometimes teams get too overconfident or too over aggressive when they're on the power
Yeah.
play, and that may have
Right.
caused that goal there.
Hey, they're probably thinking, you know what? We just got humiliated 3 shots last game. We got nothing to lose at this point. Just go out and play OTP style and just cherry pick and
Balls
try to
out,
outscore
man.
these guys.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do against these guys. Yeah.
Uh,
They're not going to shut them down defensively, so they got to just try to outscore them.
Absolutely, man. Take any opportunity that you have, and here comes possibly another opportunity here.
Yeah.
So no
That's a
pucks,
big
no pucks given, playing better short-handedly, man. Surprisingly, but it's working out. Hey, whatever works, right? Whatever gets the job.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh man, I spoke too
Keep that guy
early.
in the box all game.
Here,
Uh-oh.
here comes a goal. So Detroit answers, responds right back, and it's Yakov
Mm.
again. His second goal in just the first period here of game number two. And what was that, 5-minute major? He's still in the box, man.
Yeah, it must have been. I didn't catch
Oof,
that, but yeah,
that hurts,
that's not
man.
good. Yeah,
I mean, they got
that's
a
not the team
goal
we're
out
doing.
of it, but yeah, 5 minutes in that box.
Oh,
Yeah,
here he comes.
so
Mm,
back even now. Only one goal game, much better game than game one though. Here, showing by no pucks given. So we'll see what happens here.
absolutely.
Still plenty of time, and Toronto
Oh,
series looks like that one has just kicked off as well.
yep.
Um, I mean, listen, I think Toronto could pull things off, man. I mean, they did it this week against Egg. I know Egg's been missing Chum Lee this week, so it's been tough. I mean, they've had a tough week, man. Not only against Toronto, but also last night against the number one team, Colorado. But Toronto's one of those teams that you can't sleep on, man, because they'll get you, and you know.
Absolutely. I mean, in addition of Collinelli was a nice addition for them defensively. Yeah, he's, a longtime veteran. I believe he's won 2 cups here, so he knows how to play the position, that's for sure. So you need that stability back there.
Yeah, he's a great captain too,
Offense,
man.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
absolutely. Yep, great
smart,
guy.
smart guy. Listen, sometimes he may not be always the greatest player on there, but he plays the position right, and
Hmm.
and Sometimes that's all you need, man. Or that guy in that party chat there, let the guys know. So he's definitely a big
Right.
part on the team. Absolutely.
Yeah, he just made a nice play there while we were talking about him. Nice poke check.
Are we live, man?
Toronto,
Are
they
we
just need the
live?
offensive firepower, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think they're lacking that right now. I mean, they might have good chemistry. We haven't really seen it yet, but that's what they look to be lacking at the moment. Well, it looks like we got a called off goal.
Yeah, it looked like that was kicked in.
Oh,
Stasi had
yeah,
the
that might
initial
count.
shot, but then I thought Yakov
Yeah,
kicked it in here on the corner right
he might
there.
have. I didn't really see like a huge
Was
kicking motion.
was
I don't know.
was it a kicking
Let's
motion?
see.
They'll give it. I think they're giving it to him.
Oh, I don't. No, that wasn't a kick. I don't think that was a kicking motion. That should be a goal.
No, they count it as a
Yep.
goal, and that's his hat
Yep.
trick for Yakov. Had to review
Wow.
it up in Toronto, but they're saying yes, it's a goal. So 3-1.
Well, as Gorilla Monsoon would say, stick a fork in him. He's done. I think that's about it for no pucks giving already.
Oh man, oh man, yeah.
Can't give up a hat trick in game one against these guys,
hmm
and especially when you
So
just come off a game where you had 3 shots.
look, you had Bo getting a hat trick in game number one, and then Yakov here in game number two. So, and that's how good this Detroit team is. It's not just
Yep.
one guy doing it all, man. A full team. That,
Right.
that that whole offensive line is tremendous.
Absolutely. Yeah, these guys are going to be a team to deal with.
I mean, we saw
No doubt
last
about
night.
that.
We saw last night how good Colorado offense is, but man, this Detroit ranks right up there.
Absolutely. They've definitely gone unnoticed so far this season, but I think that's going to start changing over the next week or so. There's another goal. Oh no, he missed it. I thought he scored, but
That was a great save by Tripp on there. Scoreless here in Toronto. Midway point here of the first period. So much better start here, Toronto, than game one, and that's what they needed. It keeps this game close, low score game. I think if you keep
yep,
Florida, low shots, low scores, you could have a good chance of winning.
that's definitely the secret to beating them. Oh, as soon as we say that, they pot one in. They're a tough team, man.
Yeah, it's a goal.
They got
So
great chemistry.
Florida back to back now. Oh man. So it was a scoreless game here just a few seconds ago, and now it's just like that. It's 2-0 Florida.
Uh,
And it's the same
that's gonna
guy,
be tough to bounce back for. Yep.
same guy scoring the both goals there, 2 goals.
These guys got so many different weapons they can hit you with, both wings, the center, even the defense, so they're definitely a complete team. Look like I don't know who their goalie is, but he had 17 saves last game, so he looks like he's pretty good himself.
hmm
So these guys look to be a very complete team.
And Florida even got power play opportunities here, already up 2-0.
Big save right there by Tripp.
So So just how game one went, Florida gets that great offensive start in the first period. Not something that Toronto wanted.
No, they wanted that for themselves. You can't fall behind against these guys, as we saw last game. They can score on every shot they take. They're one of those teams.
So if you guys just tuning in on here, game one, going to Florida, 5-2 final. Detroit all over, no pucks given game one, 5-0. Right now they're up 3-1 in the second period. Florida leading 2-0. This is MHL Tonight, fellas, on here. Something new, something different here. Like to bring excitement. And next week, hoping we're gonna have an upgrade as far as connections go. The quality is gonna be a lot better, and we're also planning on having possibly four games going. Because what's great about the Moose Hockey League, each night has the same amount of games, so you're not getting like 3 on this night, 2 on this night, maybe 8 on that night. It's all even out.
Hmm.
So every time we do a show, we could easily have the 4 games each night that we do the show, as long as the streams are
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah, and I think people like I was telling you earlier, once they see this happening, I think like people aren't streaming just because there's no media right now, so they don't see any point in it. But once they see this, they're going to want to be a part of it. I
Right.
think everybody's going to start screaming. So yeah, I think within the next week or two, absolutely. Oh, we got a breakaway here,
So
and he capitalized with his big goal.
Yak number four,
Who's
man.
that?
How much goals do you think he's
Wow,
gonna finish up this game with, man? He's got
he
four
might get a
already.
double hat trick, man.
Oh
Yeah, he might get a
man.
double hat trick.
Oh man. Could possibly happen here tonight. That'll be a first MHL tonight, first here
Yeah,
broadcasted. We may see it happen, man. So yeah, I mean, I think so too, Soup. Once guys see this, because there hasn't really been a point to stream the games, especially when it comes to playoffs, man. When playoffs start, it's gonna be fun and
hmm
exciting. Uh, we
absolutely.
we got a response here from No Pucks Given, scoring their second goal. Trying to make things interesting here. It's 4-2
Nice play.
into a two goal, and I believe that Bondra, that's the guy who's bringing us the stream here for this game here tonight. So
Nice.
it's a 4-2 game on here. At least they're getting some type of offense compared to the three shots last game. They already got two goals here. So
Yeah, yeah. You shoot the puck, good things happen. You're not going to get much results with three shots, but
mhm.
this is going to definitely help their self confidence a little bit. There
Yeah.
you go, taking a nice shot there. I mean, hey, goalie was sliding, that almost went in.
Mhm.
So like I said, any shot's a good shot.
Absolutely. And sometimes when you're goaltending in a type of game like this, Soup, where your team's scoring all these goals, you kind of, fall back on there and get caught
hmm
too, man.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
final
Yeah,
second.
Toronto's hanging in there with Florida. Yeah, they're hanging in there, man.
Final seconds. Yeah, it was just that I heard the back-to-back the goals that they gave up on there. Other than that, it's been pretty evenly here in this
hmm
period. But unfortunately, it is 2-0 um, Florida. And look at that, 12-1 shots on goal there, man. Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
but look at the penalties. I mean, Toronto
Domination.
is just in that box because five power play opportunities in just the first period. Like,
It's
oh
like you got to try to
man.
do that. Like, how's that even possible? I mean, everything that we said that they could not do,
Uh-huh.
to have a chance to win, they've done in this game, and
It,
it's reflective in.
and Trips is, I mean, in net there for Toronto's doing a great job. I mean, considering they had five power play opportunities, I mean, they're fortunate that it's only 2-0.
Oh, geez, it could easily be five. He's
Hmm.
definitely hanging in there for them, which is what he did in the first game. He's just not getting any support. And as a goalie, I've been on teams like that countless times over the years. It just defeats you mentally. You just want the game to be over so you can get out of here
Yeah. Well, he's definitely facing a
and
lot of
regret signing up.
shots here in just the first period. So
Yeah.
he's definitely seeing the puck a lot there, and like I say, he's having a great, I mean, stat wise, but Toronto's got to get things going offensively. And, we mentioned about not being in that box, but I don't think they hurt us, man, because five penalties in the first period, man. I mean,
They're in the box more than they're on the ice, man. You're gonna do that against this team. If you even take like two penalties in the whole game against them, you're gonna probably lose. And they take five in the first period.
I know guys sometimes want to make the stat sheet, man, but that's the one stat you don't want, man.
No,
So
no, absolutely not.
yeah, I think they took another one. So, um,
Man, well, we asked about what we thought Yakov was going to end up goal wise. How many penalties do you think these guys are going to end up with
ooh,
before the night's over? I'm going to say 10.
that's
They're
number
well on their way.
six. I think over under is 10, man. I don't know. I might take the over. Yeah.
That's just brutal. Just brutal. You see your goalie playing so good, and you guys, you know,
Uh,
do that to him. Man, you're not scoring any goals, and you're taking nothing but penalties. As a goalie at this point, man, you just want it to be over. You're hoping that you lag out or something, or for a power outage, like just so you can get out of here.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Tough for Toronto, and like, I said, and they're a much better team than this, man. They got to play more
Yeah,
better, disciplined hockey tonight.
absolutely.
They're definitely not showing. That this is definitely not the team that played against Egg earlier this week. But
Yeah.
take nothing away from Florida. Florida's a tough team, and they got a tremendous offense, just as Detroit does here tonight. So does
hmm
Florida, and sometimes that happens, man. you get frustrated. You can't stop these guys, and then you start getting too aggressive and taking those penalties.
Yeah, that's what's happened to them all series. In Florida, like we were saying earlier, they're stacked offensively. I don't know these guys really, but they fill up the score sheets, and to beat them, and you gotta play a trap, and you gotta stick with it.
Oh man, dangerous play by the goaltender in Detroit. He took that puck. I mean, he was skating with it for a while, but was able to get rid of it. But that's always a dangerous play to do that. Final seconds here of the second period, and that's going to be it there. So 4-2 game. I mean, no pucks given, still in it. Much better performance than they did game one. That's for sure. And that's the goaltender,
Yeah,
Canadian Zuckerman. That's the goaltender. You see the double padded save there, man. But all over the ice, man. You said how he slides back and forth, but he's doing a lot of sliding there tonight, man.
yeah, no doubt.
Sometimes it's good, but sometimes it's not good, man.
That's the one thing you gotta do with goalie movement. Less is more. You don't want to. Oh man, I just lagged out or something on the stream. It's not working for me.
No, you're still good. You're still good.
I can't see the stream at all. It's just like it lagged out or the on
Yeah.
Twitch's site. I can't see it.
Oh man. It still
I
shows
keep
on
refreshing
here
here.
on this. I'm still good on here. Your audio kind of cut in and out too on there, so maybe just refresh. That's all. But
Yeah.
not much happening right now. The no pucks given, like I said, is in the intermission. Detroit's up 4-2, and this one here, 8.5 minutes to go in the second period, where it's been all Florida so far, 2-0 Florida.
Well, I'm not having any luck here, so I don't know if my internet's starting to crash or what. But yeah, I cannot get. Try to.
And no pucks given.
I
At
can't
least
try.
at least got some shots here. This game, 5 shots compared to only 3 last game. But them too. No pucks given. Has taken 5 penalties here. 13 penalty minutes here in this one. So
Hmm.
just like Toronto, we mentioned, penalties don't help you. And so far, the team that's taking the penalties is losing. You know.
Yep, that's the way it goes. Absolutely, you can't expect to take penalties against these high-scoring teams and hang in there with them. You have no chance. Oh, there's my stream. Okay, good.
Oh, I thought it was mine. Thank God, man. You had me worried here, man. Well,
Oh,
it is a test run on here.
yeah.
We're definitely gonna have much better improvements as far as quality wise. Number one, number two, the amount of games that we stream, plus the different
Hmm.
features that we're gonna bring into this. We mentioned about the leaderboards. That is a possibility, as well as other few things on here. And any input that you guys have, we're always welcome for that to see what we could do because most likely we could. Butt Cheeks gets called Tito Butt Cheeks, the defenseman there for no pucks given, and Superstar. We got a game here now, man. This was it.
Yeah, we sure do.
4-0 was for 4-1, and
It was 4-0. Yeah, I believe so.
now
Wow,
it's
these
now
guys have a lot of heart, man. It's easy. Five
yeah
and 21 come this game. You come off a game where you get 3 shots, and
yeah.
you
Regardless
must have
of
pitched them
them
all.
taking 13 penalty minutes in this game, they're only
Wow.
a goal behind.
Yeah, that's very impressive.
And
Detroit need to tighten up a little bit defensively. It looks like
And how
because
about that, man?
man,
I mean, Yakov's got 4 goals, and if they can't win this game, that'll be
mm,
you know, not good,
yeah, we're
man.
talking about what a force they are. But wow, you don't want to be too one-sided. Too offensively sided, and not just because right now you're letting a 5 and 21 team come back on you after you're up 4-0 or whatever
Hmm.
it was. So that's not good.
No, not good at all, man. Not good. Still a lot of time
And
here
we're in
for
the
no pucks given to try to tie this game here. 14 minutes left here in the third period.
Man, we're in the dreaded third period too, where we talk about those momentum shifts. You get a couple early goals, the EA is gonna might want to reward you with some ice tilt, So it looked like there like that. Nice pick right there at the blue line.
Absolutely, absolutely. But Detroit on here and Yakov, no comeback here tonight. He's saying here he scores his fifth goal, Soup, and I think your prediction here of a double hat trick might happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's only one
Very
behind.
possible.
One-
Yeah, very possible. You can't do that if you're no pucks given, man. You got to shut them down.
And Florida, all Florida here against Toronto. Now it's 3-0. About 2 seconds left. They're gonna head into the third period. So all Florida in this one.
And Toronto's off. I mean, they're spending a lot of time in the box, but I mean, Florida's only put up 3 on them so far. So I think they're either the first or second most goal scorer in the league coming into this series tonight. So that's pretty impressive on Toronto's part to have all those penalties and still hold these guys to 3 goals. But
Yeah,
it doesn't matter if you don't get one on the board for yourself, and they haven't been able to do that.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy that it's only 3-0. Because
Yeah,
18-4 shots on that. I mean, I looked at the time of attack. It was like 8 minutes to two. Every stat category in favor of Florida. Plus the seven penalties that Toronto took. Yeah. Unless something
total
crazy,
domination. Trips is
unless something
keeping them in
crazy
there.
happens in the third period here, Florida may be sweeping here tonight. Same thing with Detroit. Detroit, 8 minutes left to go in the third period, and it's a two-goal game again. But no pucks given. Credit to them, man. They made a run at it here. Surprisingly, they came out. Much better performance than game number one. Scoring three
Absolutely.
goals where they only had
They
three
got
three
yeah,
shots.
you're right. That's what I was about to say. Yeah, they got as many
So,
goals as they had shots last game.
uh,
They're definitely putting up a fight, man. I mean,
that's,
we've seen teams in the past in the MHL finish with like 1 or 2 wins all season, and they just kind of gave up halfway through. But these guys are battling out here, man. You're not gonna get an easy win against them.
yeah, and it's great to see, man. Like a team like this, that's bottom of those rankings on there to still put out 110% out there on the ice.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. All credit to those guys for sure.
And how about this? More penalties here for Toronto. 5-on-3 here in the third period. So that's two more
Yeah,
penalties. They got nine. So which one is it going to be? Are they going to get 10 penalties, or is Yakov going to get the double hat trick?
I think both. I think both are gonna happen, quite frankly.
Still, yeah. I mean, listen, they got 17 minutes left. For Toronto not to take a penalty is going to be a miracle.
Man, how do you do that though? Like, I don't know. That's just
Yeah.
brutal. That's just
Like
brutal.
what's going on in that party? Like, what do you tell the guys? Like, hey,
Silence,
you
utter
know,
silence,
it's
utter
like,
silence.
man. I mean, this guy needs like a bathroom break or something. I mean, they got a lot of breaks there
Mm.
for sure. But
Oh, absolutely.
oof. And I'm just surprised that this
That's
goaltender here
just
for
so disheartening as a
Toronto.
goalie. Trips is playing. He played
Yeah.
good enough in both of these games for his
Mhm.
team could have pulled the upset and went and actually swept Florida, but they just can't get out of their own way, man. That's tough to see, man. I've been there countless times over the years. You just at that point you hope you get traded, you kind of start dropping subtle hints and
Oh
to the
man.
captain, but
Hey, I mean,
it's like,
listen,
man, get me out of here.
you know, and he makes another great save there. So
Yeah.
the score being 3-0, and the amount of I mean, you go into practice mode. Sometimes you play like 5-on-3, and that's that's what Trips is seeing here
Hmm.
all night here this game.
Absolutely. He's lived up to the hype that I heard about him, man. He's very good. I don't know if he won the Vezina last season. I think he might have, come to think of it,
Hmm.
but he's making a case for himself tonight against these guys. That's for sure.
Yes, yeah, man. Great performance here,
Big trade
nonetheless.
right
Of
there.
a struggling performance here by Toronto, nonetheless.
Mm.
Final seconds here in Detroit, 5-3. About 15 seconds left
Come
here.
on, Yakov. You gotta
Doesn't
give me that double hat trick so I don't look like an idiot.
doesn't look like he's gonna get it, man. So no pucks. uh, but and look, they get a goal, man. Make it a 5-4 game. They covered the spread here, man. Uh,
There you go. Wow.
oh
Man, they
man,
almost pulled this out.
wow.
Jeez. Great performance by them, man. All
Uh,
due respect to those guys.
12 shots, 4 goals in this game. They only had 3 minutes, what, 3.5 minutes time on attack, but
Yeah.
you know, got a shorthanded goal out there tonight. So
Yeah.
yeah, more Florida here. Now it's 4-0 here. Hat trick for man in this one. And it's all Florida. Not much life here left in Toronto. No pucks given actually had a better game than Toronto. I'll say that.
Absolutely.
And was
Yeah, no doubt about that. They looked like the better, they look like a better team. I mean, so quite frankly, Toronto, man, I don't know. You take those kind of penalties. I mean,
Now I don't know if they were
that's
missing any key guys here tonight. Because there's been a lot of trades that transpired, so a lot
yeah,
of these
right.
teams and rosters are different. I think even some of the guys on the site are not there, but oh man, look at that! 5 goals by Yakov, man. That's tremendous. That'll definitely
Very
get him up
impressive,
there in that leaderboards. That's for
no doubt.
sure. Stasi with 3 assists in that one, and Bo Horvat, man. He had a lot of goals last game, but he had 3 assists here, so he finished with
Hmm.
a lot of points. Losing effort there. Nigerian had a goal and 3 assists for no pucks given in that loss. So he had an assist on all points for no pucks given. But over here, man, it's all Florida in this one. Now it's 5-0. I believe Bartley got that goal.
Could
So
be about 10-0 if it wasn't for their goalie, no doubt about that.
easily, man, easily could have been so. So one of the series in the books there. Elite Delta, thank you for streaming, man. Appreciate the stream there. He plays on the No Pucks Given team there, and hopefully get more action like this next week. Where we're gonna advertise this, we're gonna post it. A lot of guys don't know about this or don't even have a clue. It's gonna be a big surprise, Soup man. Once we
Yeah,
lay this on the Moose community. Um,
absolutely, man. Like I told you, league's never seen anything like this, and these guys are going to be amazed when they see this. So that's why I think the streams are going to just start pouring in next week because everyone's going to want to be a part of this, get that publicity, get to watch all the games.
yeah.
It's definitely a breath of fresh air for the league, much needed.
Yeah, and we definitely. I mean, we already have a lot of guys streaming. Dutch on there, Dutch Master Dank for Egg streams. Mox streaming plus the two we see here tonight, the two that was last night. But
Yep.
yeah, I think so too, and especially when it gets closer to that playoffs time and the
Yeah.
playoffs, it's going to be real exciting. I mean, we have the first round with the 8 teams. It's going to be great. We'll get all 8 teams, on screen at once, and we could do that. We'll have that. We have the
Mhm.
capability to do so. Like I said, there's an upgrade coming tomorrow night for the Flam Fan Network here, which is going to be tremendous. It's just only going to get better here. For MHL tonight, so hope you guys like the show here. The production on here is the final seconds here in that Florida game. But we have a lot of great ideas coming your way, man. A lot of great stuff going to happen as long as we get the support. People like the show. We get the viewers. Make sure you guys hit the like. Follow. Oh, that's gotta hurt right there, Soup man. They break the shutout, man. As a goaltender, you hate those, man. Your team's already up 5-0, and
Uh,
29 shots to 8. you know.
wow.
So
Yeah.
Trips with what 24 saves in this game, man,
Yeah.
and
He
a
played
lot
tremendous,
and a
man.
lot of them
Absolutely.
were, look, three power play goals, 3-4-9 on the power play. So, you
Yep.
take those 3 power plays away. He only gave up 2. You know,
Absolutely. Yep. I mean, he has nothing to be ashamed about. He played tremendously. His
so
team's the one that let him down tonight.
so
Other
that's
way
good.
around.
That's gonna do it, man. That's gonna do it here. Hey, Soup, thanks for joining here on the broadcast. You're always welcome next week. Come on any night that that you're not playing. I know you're playing part time there, so when we run the show,
Mhm.
you're always welcome. We're also gonna try to get other people, maybe the president of the league, Blue Liner, on here as well, and Giant. We have Giant 918 at least once a week. So he'll definitely be here next week. Don't know which nights. So far, we're shooting to try to do at least 2 shows each week, possibly 3, or maybe even all 4, depending, how the show does and what kind of reaction it gets.
Absolutely. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.
All right. Have a good night, fellas.